No, because if I have half a beer, that's why I told you don't give me mushrooms or anything, because I'll die.
Aiden had recently gone back to his mother's, and Aaron and I have been pretty bored up at camp. Enter Phil Farda, professional stand-up comedian and one of the most well-known promoters in the area. Phil and I have been friends for a long time and started doing stand-up comedy together back in 2003. While I took a more traditional path, Phil decided to pursue his dream. His hard work is starting to pay off now as he's headlining shows and making his presence known in the New York comedy community.
You know, I had a girlfriend once who had a cat. Didn't like that. Didn't work out. You know, because sometimes when I sleep, I think fellas here know what I'm talking about, things start to pop up. You don't know what I'm talking about? It's my dick. I'm talking about my dick, okay? The problem with cats are like furry little ninjas. And cats will play with anything. I was sleeping one night, man, I could just see that cat in the corner doing that damn shoulder thing. Just getting ready. Jumped out, hit my dick 36 times. Best hand job I ever had in my whole life.
Phil had some stage time at the CNY Playhouse in Syracuse and invited us to come along. It was an excellent venue that hosts some of the top regional comedy, people like Anna Phillips.
Thank you. I work on a college campus, which is cool. As I'm getting older, it's exciting to work around young people and watching as their dreams die. It's hilarious. Especially when they realize they're never going to pay off those student loans. Welcome to the club. I'm not in the club. I don't pay my loans off. Actually, because I work on a college campus, I get free classes, and I found the loophole in the system. If you stay enrolled in 2 classes per semester, you can defer your student loans. So I've been doing that for 10 years now.
Anna is a Syracuse native and is going on her first national tour this fall.
I'll see a class that seems interesting, so I'll show up. And I found out, like, if you're not paying for something, you feel like you can say whatever you want, right? Like, one time I was in this class, and I was like, Professor, I understand where you're coming from, but I do think that we should legalize marijuana. He wasn't feeling me, though. He was like, but this is calculus, I don't understand.
The headliner for the night was Carolyn Castiglia, an Oswego native now living and working as a comedian in New York City. Carolyn is a bold performer with a willingness to be exposed for her art.
I was on OkCupid trying not to be single for a little while. I got a note from a guy that said, "You're pretty." He spelled it Y-O-U-R pretty. Like, excuse me, miss, you dropped your pretty. And that wasn't the worst part. He tagged that note LOL. That is a gross misuse of LOL. Okay, I understand he was trying to keep it light because we hadn't met yet, but I'm a chubby woman. When I read a note that says, "You're pretty, LOL," I read it, "You're pretty." That's not nice. That's not what you should say. And besides, if you don't know where the apostrophe goes, how are you going to stick it between my parentheses? That is a fancy grammar joke.
Carolyn ended her show with an amazing freestyle rap about some audience members. Phil, a hip-hop hobbyist himself, invited her back to the Dreamliner to freestyle with him. But before we got into all of that, Carolyn shared a time when another comic approached her with a sarcastic quip after her set.
And he came off and he was like, "Good job." I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You got 2 laughs, asshole. Same dude who's like, "You were okay," is like, "Where are we going? We hanging out? We want to hang out?" I'm like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself." So I was telling him, he was like, "Oh, you know, where do you go up in the city, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, I have my own talk show." And he sort of was like...
Carolyn loves performing, and her talk show is currently a major passion in her life.
I am trying to sell this show to TV, and I'm going to do it, mark my words, RV.
We asked Carolyn to tell us more about her show.
I have this beautiful, beautiful show inspired by every bit of late night and daytime talk that you've ever loved, all crunched into one neo-vaudevillian feminist explosion. Instead of doing an opening monologue the way these white boys do it, I come out and I do an opening rap-a-log. I do topical jokes through a freestyle. That's why you know it's not pre-prepped.
So can we freestyle? Are you willing to record a freestyle?
Yeah, but...
Just for goofs?
Okay. Anna, you in?
Why not?
Anna, yeah, you said you could freestyle with us.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I can't freestyle with two white people and they both beat me.
However, in order to start the music,
We'll just erase
Remember the
this.
beginning of 8 Mile when he eats it real bad?
we had to start the generator.
Why would he eat spaghetti the night of a big battle?
And it is loud.
You gotta warm up your vibrator before you use it.
We asked Phil for some insight into vibration,
Fresh batteries, you can feel the difference on a weak battery.
Now, are you self-vibing in your ass?
I got a lot of techniques, but yeah,
So
sometimes
you have more than 2 talents then.
be just for me like some kind of an anchor on the end so it doesn't get lodged into your ass.
but ultimately, the goal was to freestyle, and freestyle they did.
CKC, I got Jesus right there on my shoulder. Jesus walks and Kanye knows it. He told me about it a couple years ago. Now he on every talk show talking about his fashion line and what he's gonna do with Kim, his wife, his pretty ass boo. But I don't understand what their relationship is. She's just fucking covered in his jizz.
Big old dick coming with it. Got a stick for you to get and broom the motherfucking RV. We hardly get around when we come to town. Down with B. I'm chilling with my people. Anna the Manna, Blair and my man Matt Major say you're gonna come back to the truck with us. We gonna hit the road. We don't give a fuck. We bust.
Okay, so maybe Dr. Dre isn't beating down the Dreamliner's door. But it was still a great time, and it just goes to show you never know what may be further down the road.